Wow, Outside Lands, one of the coolest annual music festivals in the country. With big headliners this year like Grizztronics and The Strokes, it'll be hard to get tickets. Hey Grayson, we have an extra ticket for you. You should come. No! Because I have to play Minecraft. That's right, today we're back in our hardcore world. We're picking up right where we left off on our beautiful island. I wasted no time dawdling, however, immediately emptying my inventory from last episode and crafting a set of iron tools. And before I knew it, I was back in my boat, headed on another adventure. Immediately upon making landfall, I went about slaughtering local wildlife to better manifest my destiny across the world. The spirit of the pink sheep smiled on me for this, guiding me to a beautiful ravine. I stopped for a moment to assess my surroundings and crafted a furnace to make some steak so I wouldn't run out of food once I started exploring. All I could think about was how many times I almost died exploring that mine shaft last episode, so this time I wasn't taking any chances, making sure I had enough food to not die. Eventually though, I got bored of waiting and decided to kill some pigs. With my bloodlust finally satiated, I let most of the food finish cooking and crafted some torches before diving headfirst into the ravine. The first thing I made sure to do was to place a bunch of torches all around me, that way nothing would spawn while I was mining. I grabbed a little bit of iron quickly before heading even further into the cave. I was so kindly greeted by what would become the first of very many creepers that I would encounter in this cave. But that's fine. I set about lighting the next level up and decided I'm gonna head all the way into the cave. I was greeted by yet another infidel who I dispatched of quickly, but then, yo, holy shit, that's diamonds! Oh my god, let's fucking go, dude.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Ah! Ah! Shit! Fuck! Shit! 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 Water! 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 Shit! Holy fuck! After that terrifying experience, I carefully removed all the gravel and was rewarded with 5 whole diamonds. I got jump scared by not 1, but 2 creepers. I was straight up just trying to mind my own business and get some diamonds, and this cave opened up the 9th circle of fucking hell and sent its entire army to diddle my fucking boy gooch. Please stop chasing. Holy shit! Ah! Leave me alone! What the fuck is happening? Why are there so many mobs? Please leave me alone. How the fuck did you get down here? Oh my god, they're fucking everywhere. Oh my god, they're everywhere. Oh my god, holy shit. Relax, 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 relax. Thank you. Jesus Christ. After managing to survive wave after wave of hellspawn, I was rewarded with more diamonds, and then even more diamonds, and then after that, a geode, which I mined a bunch of to use for a super awesome project that we're going to do next episode that I'll talk more about later. But once that was all finished, I decided I had had enough near-death experiences for one night, and I decided to begin the journey back home. However, on our way back, I came across this massive village right by the water. Seriously, I've never seen a village this big in my entire time playing Minecraft. I docked my boat and waved hello before stealing every hay bale I could get my grubby little kleptomaniac hands on, which ended up being 52. I also stole a ton of books, which is awesome, because getting enough books for a full enchanting setup is a pain in the ass. Thankfully, this village didn't know about the Third Amendment, so I stole a bed for the evening. In the morning, I stole a bunch of seeds, some more hay, and some more books. By the end of my little excursion, I was able to craft 3 whole stacks of bread. I figured with this much bread, we could finally make it out of the mean streets of the Plains biome. After that, I began heading home, finally. I hit this insane water clutch, and got back in my boat and played Captain Jack Sparrow again. This time I got distracted and found a pirate ship, which was sick. I took a little trip down into Davy Jones's locker and stole his treasure map along with a bunch of other stuff. I immediately raised anchor and charted a course towards the big red X. And sure enough, I found it not too far from where the pirate ship was. It took a little while of digging, but eventually we were able to find the treasure. Oh, no way, dude, let's go. I'm never able to find these. That's awesome. Hell yeah. I got back into my boat and started heading home. For real this time, no more distractions. It was only a little bit more rowing before the silhouette of our home came into view. The first thing I did right once I got back was feed the sheep before I began work on our next project. This one was going to involve some terraforming. I started by sharpening one of the island's cliff sides, and then I used that dirt to flatten out some area by the wheat field. I reconnected the path before starting the outline of what would soon become the home of our sacred chickens. I decided on using spruce fences for the pen. That way it matched what we built last episode, and we kind of kept the same palette. That way everything looked cohesive. I used spruce planks to build up a little walkway into what would eventually become the actual coop area that the chickens could sit inside and lay their eggs, whatever. I used these trapdoors to make a little lip, but I ended up having to remove one since the chickens weren't smart enough to figure out a way over it. I built up the walls, only 2 blocks high, which I thought was big enough since chickens are tiny. And I decided to go with this open gable roof design of alternating stone bricks and spruce slabs. I put some cool stuff on the inside, and I think it turned out really well. Next was convincing the chickens to come live in their new home. And they seemed really happy. I used some of our new diamonds to craft a pickaxe and an axe. Also, turns out I missed one of the chickens. Oopsies. I brought him over to the coop as well. What a big, happy family we have right here. All willingly captive in my coop. With both objectives taken care of, it was time that I could start on an actual house. I began by clearing back a bunch of the stone over on this end of the island to make enough room for me to build a starter home, big enough to have a decent area for storage, but not so big that it would take me multiple episodes to finish the build. I used some dirt and some sand to make a nice 8x12 outline, as well as some additional spots for a staircase. After that, I went on another resource gathering adventure. By the time I got back, it was night, so I got some rest and got right back to work the next morning. I built up some pillars out of spruce logs to serve as the main 4 corners. The plan was to have a basement and a main floor with a staircase on the outside. As I began building, I decided to have the entire base of the build be built with the stone pallet and only have the logs start after 3 blocks. I did the first wall and it came out really well, so I kept working. I've been talking for a long time, so just enjoy some music and me building. That's looking pretty good. Let's get to work on the main floor next. I filled in the base with spruce slabs and then used spruce logs and glass panes for the walls. I do plan on adding a lot more detail to the exterior in the future, but that'll be a project for another day. Speaking of next projects, however, I needed more stone for my roof, so I used this as an excuse to go clear out some space in this small little cave we have that I plan on building in next episode. I want to use the amethyst and calcite blocks to build a secret little enchantment room down here with a little stream that connects out into the ocean. I did as much work on the roof as I could before spending time connecting our farm path over to the house while my cobblestone smelted. I finished off the roof and thought it looked super great. I installed a nice little ladder between floors and got to work on the hardest task: sorting everything. Thank God that is finally out of the way. Now I can finish up the house. The last little thing I wanted to take care of was building a smithing area right on the side of our house. It was super simple, super small, but it was just something I thought would look really cool and added a nice little aesthetic to our build. Once that was done, I had one last thing to take care of. I replaced our atheist red bed with a proper pink bed in line with the Church of the Pink Sheep. Our island was really starting to come together, and I have to say I have big plans for next episode, so make sure you stay tuned. But that's going to be about all we have time for in today's episode. To conclude, Caves Explored, 1. Surge in villager illiteracy due to my stealing of books, 314%. Building code violations, 17. And finally, times that I felt like Jack Sparrow, 100. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for future uploads. Deuces.